At Society, Audra gushes over Sally's successful launch. Her pal admits there was a glitch when Newman Media went after Jabot. Audra asks if she will use the company to help the Abbotts. Sally says Billy convinced her not to fire back. Audra confesses she doesn't care about the Abbott family business. She'd like Kyle to suffer. She finds it hilarious that his company is falling apart. As Audra relishes this more and more, Sally warns she's becoming fixated on Kyle. You never stop talking about him. She wonders if this is about revenge. Audra gawps. You think I have a thing for Kyle? Audra informs Sally that she's way off base. Sally shrugs. Okay, fine, but suggests their behavior is akin to flirting. Audra insists she finds Kyle revolting and rants about fighting back against him and Claire. Sally just nods. Audra vows she'd never get involved with Kyle again and is entitled to enjoy his company's demise. Sally, switching gears, tells Audra she wants to bring her on board at Abcom. She'll have to meet their investor. Audra asks, tell me their name. Sally can't say, so the brunette guesses, it's Jill Abbott, isn't it? Sally's expression tells her she's right. Audra sighs and reminds Sally that she has a bad history with Jill. Sally's sure they can convince her she's turned over a new leaf. She warns Audra if she attacks Kyle and Claire, Jill won't like it. She's an Abbott. Sally warns her pal not to blow this because of whatever feelings she has for Kyle. At Crimson Lights, Kyle asks Claire why she missed the launch party. Claire was helping Katie with a dance, it wasn't because of him. She asks how he's doing after the information that came out about Jabot. Kyle dodges her questions. Claire reminds him she's a friend and asks if Jabot's really in trouble. Sitting, Kyle tells Claire he doesn't know what to tell her. They're in a better place, and he doesn't want to ruin that. She realizes that Victor's responsible. Kyle stresses that it's not her fight, but confides that her grandfather stole Kane's AI to use against them. They believe he used it on Arabesque as well. Claire isn't convinced her grandfather is behind all of their problems, and questions how Victor's to blame if they have been shutting down. He's accusing him of a crime without any evidence. Kyle erupts. If things get any worse, there won't be a company to save. Kyle explains that shutting down was their last-ditch effort to keep Jabot out of Victor's hands. Claire's still not convinced that Victor is out to get them. Kyle becomes increasingly frustrated. Claire argues he'd never target Summer. Kyle is sure he has a contingency plan for her. Victor hates my father. He will do anything to bring him down. Everything comes back to the night Jack saved Nikki. Jack greets Nikki in the club dining room, and she wants to know what's going on. Is Jabot failing? Did Victor release the program? Jack doesn't want to drag her into this, but she wants to know what her husband has done. Pointing out that she's asking him for the truth, not Victor, Jack tells her that he didn't launch the AI, but he found out Jabot had shut down and announced it in Newman Media. Somehow that bastard came out ahead. Jack laments that he didn't see this coming. He and Nikki mull over Victor finding out. She assures him it wasn't from her, though she overheard him talking about the shutdown to Adam last night. Jack fumes that she could have warned him. If she'd told him, that would have changed everything. Nikki apologizes and Jack asks if she has any idea where Victor is storing the AI program. She has no idea. Jack warns as long as he has it, Jabot is in real danger. Nikki frets about this war taking over their lives and the holidays. Jack won't let Victor win and warns Nikki to plan and be careful. Things are about to get very ugly. At Crimson Lights, Claire has realized she caused Nikki to lose her sobriety and, therefore, is partly responsible for this war. Kyle doesn't want her to feel guilty. Claire's sorry she didn't listen about her grandfather. There has to be a way to fix this. Kyle gets a text from Jack summoning him and leaves after telling Claire they can discuss Audra later. Nikki arrives at the ranch and calls out for Victor. Claire arrives, looking to talk to her grandfather as well. They get to discussing Jabot and Victor's role in it. Claire hopes it's not true that he did this. Nikki confirms that he's cornered the Abbotts and complains that this feud has gone on for years. Claire feels partly responsible given she was drinking because of her. Nikki reassures her and declares that it has to stop. Victor has to know if he goes after Jabot, he stands to lose something precious as well. Claire asks what she means. Kyle arrives at home and tells Jack he updated Claire, who is reluctant to blame Victor. Kyle learns they'll be turning to Phyllis for help. Jack wants Kyle to reach out to Summer. They need her mother's help. Kyle's amenable given he and Summer are in a good place. Jack asks how things are with Claire. At society, Audra insists to Sally that she hates Kyle. Sally flippantly claims to believe her. She warns her to snap out of the hate and let go of the feud with Kyle. Your future depends on it. At the Abbott mansion, Kyle tells Jack he's made inroads with Claire, and they have a common goal that could bring them even closer together, getting Audra Charles out of town. Jack thinks they should ignore her and let her self-destruct on her own. Kyle isn't convinced. Jack switches back to Victor. Would Kyle ask Claire to urge her grandfather to do the right thing? At the ranch, Nikki fumes that she stood by Victor while he's committed terrible acts, but she can't do it for this one. He won't listen. She has to get him to see he's hurting all of them, not just Jack. Claire asks if she's worried she may not be able to forgive him for this. Nikki exhales. That's exactly what I'm saying.